All right, we're back
Yay.
again from outer space.
Back in black again.
I'm wearing blue. Thank you
I'm
very
actually wearing my Power
much.
Rangers shirt, so it fits.
Oh, I'm wearing a movie shirt.
What movie shirt?
No movies
Oh.
from Jay and Silent
Uh,
Bob. Yeah,
so,
Dogma more specifically.
so then let me ask you this. Is Jane Silent Bob Toku?
No,
Don't they have that alter ego?
no,
What is it,
definitely
Fat
not.
Man?
Cockknocker might
What
be
is it,
though.
Fat Man? What's the thing?
Fat Man, Blunt
Yeah.
Man, and
See,
Chronic.
isn't that Toku?
Yeah, no, definitely not. Like I said, maybe Cockknocker might be. The
Yeah,
villain.
maybe.
Yeah, but everything else, not at all. So ladies and gentlemen, we are back. This is Toku for
And
two. Cheer for
and
us. Cheer for us.
and make it loud and proud because we're back again with Ultra Q episodes after
We
like three specials
are.
in a row.
It feels like that we've done that twice now, three specials in a row. Isn't
Right?
that
I
weird?
feel like we have.
It's not on purpose. I guarantee that it's not. It just happens to
Everything
work
else
out
just
that way.
catches.
We'll try to stay
Yeah,
on
everything else
track.
just catches our attention more.
Which isn't to say anything bad about Ultra Q. It's just we want to stick to a schedule, and then in the meantime, other things just happen to get in the way.
Yeah.
So, but do you want to just immediately get into Ultra Q, or do you want to talk about the stuff that we were talking about before this?
Let's talk about the stuff we were talking about before this.
All right. So we're gonna not really go into any spoilers here, but Christian and I separately both viewed something non-Toku related, but it's Toku adjacent
Yeah.
because there is an actual Toku show based off this property. We both went and watched Beyond the Spider-Verse.
Yeah. It was
I
great.
liked it. I think it's a tremendous
I
movie.
I'm pretty sure I saw Toku Spider Man in like one of the scenes too, because he stands out with like a big bracelet on his left side or on his left arm.
You see, I was trying to pay attention to almost every single one that I could find, and it was still too much for me. I could not spot every single one. It wasn't until after somebody ended up posting a screen cap later on that they said, "Look, even little popsicle Spider-Man is in there."
Yeah, it was a good movie. A lot of cool Easter eggs with that movie. Um, if they do when
Yeah.
they do the third one, I really wanted to have Toku Spider Man and then bring Marveler in it, like the big mech.
Oh my God, yes, that would be cool.
And then
But the reason why we were talking about this though is because you had something additional you wanted to say about Kamen Rider.
I feel so okay. I personally like this story a lot. I love the story for Cross the Spider Verse. Right. I feel like if Shin
Mm-hmm.
Kamen Rider
Oh yeah, whoops. Not
or
Beyond.
yeah,
Beyond's
Beyond's
next
next
year.
year. Yeah,
Whoops.
but I feel like
My
Shin
bad.
Kamen Rider. It's just such an opposite storytelling. Like I hated the storytelling in Shin Kamen Rider, and then watching Spider Man, I was like, why couldn't this be this? Why couldn't the story be this good?
Yeah, I mean, considering that when you get storytelling as good as, not only the original source material, which let's just say source material Miles Morales books, those Miles Morales books done by Brian Bendis, really,
Oh yeah,
really good. Then you've got the actual Into the Spider-Verse movie, which is an adaptation, which you can also say that Shin Kamen Rider is an adaptation of the original source material, also really good. So why couldn't they adapt it into a way that the plot actually is justifiably as good as the source
God, I
material?
wish I knew. They tried cramming in too much in that movie.
Which is weird because when you get across the Spider-Verse, they cram a lot into
But I
that,
don't.
and
It's
it's still
paced
pretty
well. Like
good.
that's the thing. Like okay, we're going back to another Shin Kamen Rider rant, ladies and
Well,
gentlemen.
well,
Shin
yeah.
Kamen Rider was not paced well. I know people do say it's paced well. I didn't find the pacing like apprehensible. I guess like everything was just here's this, now here's this, now here's this, and then
Wait, did you go and read more reviews about Shin Kamen Rider after your
no,
rant?
this is just a continuation. I did watch one review, Marco's House, Markusatsu on YouTube. I think has kind of the same idea. I think I just I didn't really care for it too much. But we're not here for another rant
Okay.
episode.
No. Basically, you just want to have something that's fun, that makes sense, that is just engaging overall,
Mm-hmm.
right? So how does that relate to this week's Ultra
It
Q?
doesn't because these episodes were rough.
Hold on, hold on. I will say, episode 10 was really fun until the ending. But I seem to think when it comes to a lot of the endings to these shows, especially with the more weirder ones, they tend to just go, what the hell, and then just end. And I'm kind of okay with that now. But you gotta admit, 10 was very weird to the point where it's just like they're just having fun with
Yeah,
it.
you could tell it's starting to become goofier, I guess.
At least 10
Yeah.
was. You want to lead off with that one?
Oh god, 10 was just so episode 10 of Ultra Q. The Underground Super Express goes west. Fibo goes west. Um,
It really was.
Essentially, this is just it starts off what it seems like the
Kid
kid, yeah,
grifters.
they're just shoe cleaners, and they need to get on. For some reason, these kids need to be on the first bullet train, in Tokyo Station, and it goes to three different parts of Japan in like less than 3 hours. But for some reason, these kids feel the need to have to get on there, right?
Hmm.
And then there's like more people. It's like it's such a hodgepodge until you get to the ending. So more people need to get on the train, and there's somebody there with a
Well,
case.
the idea behind it is that they're trying to show off the capabilities of this
Oh
train
yeah,
because it's brand new technology during this, time period, and they want to show it off, to all these people, to these reporters, to see what it's going to be, what it does. And this one reporter is supposed to bring along this briefcase. However, he messes up and brings along the wrong
which I don't.
briefcase. What's in that briefcase?
So it's an AI. It's an AI. I think it's called M1. Which how did he get that briefcase? I don't remember.
It's not an AI.
Artificial life form.
it's
That's
a
what it is.
yeah. It's completely fabricated from the ground up. Just a weird. How do I describe it? The way that I wrote it down, it looked like a potato Sasquatch.
Yeah, this whole it was like something from if like critters and like what is it? HR no HR was it HP Puff and stuff or whatever? HR Puff and stuff made like a baby, and this was the monster of the week.
Yeah, I don't know what that is, but yeah,
Look up HR Puff and stuff whenever you get a chance. It's pretty cool.
I'll do that right now. But go
Um,
on.
but I don't remember how that reporter gets that case with the life form in it.
He just ends up swapping it by
Is that all it
accident.
was? I missed that because it must have been a quick scene. Um, and then
That is exactly what it was, by the way. Your description was spot on. My God,
see, I told you.
HR puff and stuff. Good gravy. That's horrifying. That's like a God. What was that other one that was like a kid show that got recently turned into a horror
Dark
movie?
Crystal.
Uh, no.
Oh, not what's the
uh,
one?
Crap.
With
Why
David
am I
Bowie
not
was in
remembering
the
it?
original one.
I watched it too. It was terrible. Maybe that's why I don't remember it.
It's not Dark Crystal, is it?
No, it's the one where it's basically like these. It was a cartoon show where they all they did was just play music, and then this one it
Oh,
was like
Fraggle Rock, right?
sure, no, it wasn't
I
that
don't
one.
know.
Damn it, now I
There's an
have to look it
animated
up.
Fraggle Rock.
Banana Splits. There
Mm.
we go.
Oh wow, Banana Splits. Yeah.
Yeah. That's exactly what that looked like. Anyways, yeah, that's pretty much what the M1 looked like. It was like a gorilla-like thing, and it looked not terrifying, but it could look terrifying to you when you're a little
Oh yeah,
kid.
100%.
Um, and this thing, it's just making a ruckus is the best way to describe it inside the train's
Yeah, so yeah,
cockpit,
it
right?
pretty much shoots it. So it goes from like 450 kilometers, which is like roughly like 280 miles per hour, to up to like 600, 700 kilometers an hour. I forgot what that translation is, but it's fast. It goes pretty fast, super fast.
Oh, wait, I remember now. Do you remember also looking at the train and looking at it funny, thinking, "Wow, why does the train look like a
Oh
kaiju?"
yeah,
The train just straight up looked like it wasn't a legitimate like bullet
yeah.
train or
It was
anything
a
like that. It actually looked like it was part
yeah. It
monster.
was the miniature set was weird. So at the beginning of the episode, it starts off. It looks like a miniature town, and it looks cool. But then when it brings in the train, it just looks so off. I was just
Hmm.
like, why does this look so weird? I don't know. It like I know they had to like make it look bigger into size to people, but I'm like, it looks kind of goofy.
Yeah, and when they do that final, okay, so the whole thing is this kid who's the stowaway grifter at
His
the
name's
beginning.
Ken the Weasel, by the
He
way.
It is Ken the Weasel. Good lord. He decides that he's going to run away from the conductor, and as he does so, he ends up meeting this M1 monster, and the monster basically starts causing the ruckus, causing all the other people to, get freaked out, and has them detach the car. And once they all realize that the little kid is still in that front car, they try radioing him, saying, "Hey, we know you're there. What are you gonna do?" And the kid's like, "I don't know." Well, pull these levers. Can't pull the levers because the monster's the one doing it. Monster's just sitting there, just pulling everything it can, just because it's causing a ruckus. So then it has the best train crash ever,
It's
where
and well, hold on.
I can't
And might I
say it.
add, for one, that monster, it starts off as that artificial life form until they take a photo of it, and then it goes all mugwai, and then just grows bigger. There
That's
was
true.
no like showing us how the monster was like growing. It just was here's it in a case, and now here's it twice the size of this kid.
I mean, when you're given a short runtime, what do you
I know,
expect?
but it was just so goofy.
Yeah, and this one was incredibly goofy for this entire episode.
Yeah, and yeah, back
Uh,
to that train crash.
that train crash was the best.
It
It
the monster
really
is sitting
was.
on top of the train. I don't know how he gets out, but it's just this goofy little like toy sitting on the train going full speed into like a stop or whatever it was. To like another train.
And then all the little pieces of the train stop and everything else that's attached to it just crash and burn and explode. And it's hilarious. I don't know. I can't
Yeah.
describe it any other way. It's just hilarious. But then it gets better.
Oh god, this threw me off. I didn't expect this ending.
Right? Because at that point, I literally wrote down "what the fuck" ending.
Yeah, I kind of was just a bunch of question marks, but it kind of stuck in my mind.
What happens, Christian?
So,
Tell me what happens.
well, the kid needed to be saved, right? So he's in that little front car with the monster, and as it hits, the explosion happens. Everybody's like, "Oh no, the kid died," but then the kid actually gets into a safe that's in the front of the front car, and gets blasted.
Lead line refrigerator. Where do you think they
Yeah,
got that
right.
idea?
Freaking Indy. But he blasts off into like low orbit around the Earth with the monster, who all of a sudden starts speaking Japanese and is like, "I am a seagull." And I kind of just sat there and like looked at my TV screen, the most confused. And I was like, I haven't smoked today. I haven't drank anything today. This is legitimate sober. What the fuck?
It was. It really was. It was really, really bonkers. But you just have to accept it. You just have to accept it. And honestly,
God, it's so goofy looking. I'm just looking at the
I
photo.
will say this episode was better than that other one that you hated so
Oh
much.
yeah, I think so too. The one with
Um,
the turtle.
yeah, it was better than that one. And even though it was like as goofy as that, it was still better in terms of content and
Yeah.
quality. And with the way that the ending handles itself, oh my god.
So I'm looking at it now. It looks like the reference, the "I am a seagull," was actually spoken by cosmonauts. Valentina, I'm not going to butcher that last name, as she viewed Earth from the Vostok 6 space flight. But
But
why?
why
Yeah.
did the monster say
For
it?
some, yeah, the monster earlier in the episode, or kind of later, picks up the phone and just starts babbling.
That's
And
true.
like,
Yeah.
where why wasn't it just speaking normally? And then all of a sudden it's in low orbit in freaking space, and it's like, hey, I'm a seagull.
I'm looking at the picture that they have on the Wikipedia right now, and I still stand by what I said. It looks like a potato
It does.
Sasquatch.
It looks like a claymation figure smashed.
It looks like if Hagrid ended up looking like they try to make it like a Hagrid out of a
God, I
potato.
hate it. Yeah, it's Potato Hagrid.
It's so
God, it's
funny.
ugly.
God, that's awful. I enjoyed this
For what
episode.
it
I
was
did.
fun. Like I said, I think these episodes are gonna get goofier, and from when I watched in the next one, it's kind of getting true. That
Well, yes, the next episode. Oh man, the next episode. I like the next episode. It's still just very, very weird.
it it was about a space booger. That's kind of
Yeah.
what it was.
All right. Let's
You
dive
Yeah,
into
you go
this
ahead.
one.
You take off, Sean. You got this.
So, this one is called Balloonga, episode 11. Now, when you hear the term Balloonga, what do you think? Just out of your mind, what do
I
you
just
think?
figured it was gonna be a big balloon or something. Like in you know,
Right, that's exactly what you would think. You wouldn't think that it would be a giant snot bubble.
it was just a big crunchy booger in space.
Uh, Now, this particular episode wasn't awful. It was just very, very different in terms of tone compared to everything else that we've seen so far. Because yeah, you've had your very serious ones, you've had your goofy ones, but you've never really had your particular sad ones.
Yeah, yeah. No, you're right. It was weird.
Yeah, so it starts off with this one where there's this guy in a rocket ship, of course, guy traveling in this rocket ship, and then he's supposedly on his return trip home when suddenly there's this distress call, and all of a sudden he goes, "It's Balloonga! It's Balloonga!" But you don't see what it is, and then the title music starts playing. It's
Yeah,
like, okay,
it's
cool,
Balloonga. He's here.
don't know. Like, let's just start off with that, give us some suspense, and then you get to the actual show, and then you get your core crew. They're in their car and they're like making talk or whatever. And I don't remember exactly what it is that they have. I think it's like a small little box or something, but it looked like it might have been like a box with a little snot rag or
Yeah,
whatever. And it supposedly had like this little piece of um alien life or whatever, and in it is actually a piece of Balloonga, and it starts growing and growing and growing. It just grows completely out of control, and it causes everybody to get out of their car and causes a traffic jam
yeah.
because not only does it grow, but it absorbs electrical energy to the point where your car will stall out. Everything that you do that does that has electrical energy will completely stall out, which is an interesting premise. But it's like you're just gonna go ahead and get everybody pissed off at you at that point, which they do. And I thought that was a great idea. But then they bring in this second guy for what was it, the
Yeah,
scientist dude, and he says, "Oh, it's Balloonga," and then he runs away. It's like, what?
it's
But why don't you tell us anything? And then you spend like the next 5 minutes trying to track this dude down. And then they finally track him down, and he was like, "Oh, but don't you understand? He needs electrical energy, and we need to find a way to get rid of him." And they couldn't bring this creature down by conventional means or whatever. And what was it that they ended up doing to actually destroy this thing? Because I don't remember.
it was oh god, it was like a bomb or something like that.
It was it a bomb?
God, I'm trying to remember too because this one was just
No, it wasn't a bomb. I remember what it
or
was
it was in
now.
a
They ended up firing off a rocket to another
mm-hmm.
place that basically allowed it saying, "Hey, there's more energy over here. Come and get it." Because otherwise it was going to go ahead and continue to feed and feed. Otherwise it was going to destroy the atmosphere.
This episode reminded me like this episode could have been what was happening during the Twilight episode. I think it's the monsters on Maple Street, something like that, where like the electricity goes out and they're trying to figure out what's going on with the
Hmm.
neighborhood. I feel like this episode could have been attached to that, but I'm glad it wasn't
Yeah.
because this episode was just kind of weird.
It was a weird one, and it had a very solemn ending because then I feel like at the end, the scientist dude who said, "Oh, it was my son who was in there," who basically told us about Balunga, and then he died in vain or some
Yeah,
shit like that. It's like I feel like that was kind of pointless.
yeah. Oh, it was like it was heading towards like an artificial sun, and then it would feed it or kill it. I don't remember. It could feed it for eternity or kill it, something like that.
They would find out, hopefully sooner rather
Yeah,
than
exactly.
later. But then we get to the worst episode of this bunch.
I saw a bird.
You mean Birdman?
Birdman. This was Michael Keaton's first Birdman movie.
I don't like that movie either.
It's all right.
God, this. You know how you don't like Shin Kamen
You
Rider?
don't like this one as much? Is
No,
this going to be
I
an
don't.
episode 12 rant? So or
Literally,
special?
I'm just gonna read off my notes what I wrote for this one. Birdman. Then underneath, this is a slog.
It is.
And then I wrote down Ippei's fucking face. I don't remember why. Then I wrote down Bird Boy.
Yeah. I actually have it on in the background right now.
Um,
I just tried skimming through it, but then I stopped before the recording, and this kid's like fishing, and he just caught a fish. This is what's going on right now.
and then who the fuck are these dudes trying to flog the boy?
I don't remember. I don't know. I'm actually trying to look at the wiki right now.
And then I wrote down, now we have knockoff Rodan.
Yeah, I saw the bird monster for it. It looks so goofy. It just
Then I wrote, if only Alfred Hitchcock saw this.
oh yeah, the birds would have been a weirder movie if this was in it. The kid's like, I
Yeah.
wish I had your
And then
wings.
lastly, I wrote down, a lot of nothing happened.
Yeah, this is like almost. It could be like a slice of life episode. And but yeah,
Barely.
like the kid just threw the bird, and the bird just fell, and it's like flying into the water, and it's in the water.
Oh my god. I'm looking at the trivia, and it does say, this episode uses stock footage from Rodan.
I could believe it. God,
I mean, that explains that a little bit, but good gravy, this is not a good episode. I I I, I promise I paid attention to this episode. I don't know what happened at all.
yeah, he just like he washed up on shore, and he's holding this like parakeet in his hands, and he's just looking at it. This is what's happening currently, and it just flew away. and then now he's cooking fish.
Yeah. So like,
This is our kaiju evolved.
I guess I don't know what happened with this. Like they were legitimately trying to tell some sort of story here regarding some little kid holding a bird, and then that bird ended up becoming a kaiju, but then that kaiju ended up doing absolutely nothing.
Yeah, I haven't seen the ending yet. I'm just
Look,
kind of skipping through it now and seeing what's good, but it just seems very boring.
like I watched this. I watched all these episodes about 2 weeks ago, because I was waiting on you and then Shin Kamen Rider. And when I finally did watch this, the only thing that I distinctly remember about this, honestly, is the flogging of the kid, because I remember them, like, it was these grown men saying, "Hey, kid, what are you doing here?" Like, they actually called him by
Yeah.
his name, and they grabbed him and they were like throwing him on the ground, and it almost looked like that they were about ready to try to curb stomp him. And then the kid ended up managing to run away for some reason. Like he managed to
All
escape.
right, so I'm skimming through
That's
it,
all I remember.
and there's some shots of the bird when it's big, like flapping its wings and just causing big gusts of wind, and it's like destroying miniatures. It's really cool to see because like tiles are coming off. I think this is just
Hmm.
probably the highlight of the show, of the episode at least.
Yeah.
This one I can't. I haven't finished it. I don't really want to. I don't. I really don't have a desire to rewatch it later or anything like that. It just even the bird flying in
No.
the air looks really goofy.
Yeah. Maybe for anybody who's listening to this and actually wants to watch it, by all means, do yourselves a favor and do it on your own whim. But based on everything that we've, witnessed, it's not worth it.
Yeah, it's not.
But if you feel like that you must, definitely give yourself a shot in the arm before you consider
Yeah,
doing
do
so.
do some
Um,
drugs. It might make it entertainable.
you might pass out before you get like 3 minutes in. The other trivia thing I see here says Ultraman Orb Episode 1, The Sunset Wanderer, features an Easter egg to this episode. While Jedi Hayami was scrolling through tweets regarding typhoons in Twitter, Mega Basser, or Baser, was depicted in Larugjuice's shadow, and the uploader said this episode's title.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't really know what you just said there, Sean.
I don't know what I said while I said it.
I just see, yeah, the
God.
miniatures were used in Rodan, Anon, Ghidorah, the three-headed monster, and I guess they reused this
God.
suit to make the giant condor in Ebra the Horror of the Deep movie, the Godzilla one from '66, and that's it. Oh, and also it was in
Yeah.
Shin Ultraman, yeah, like you said.
So, needless to say, uh, 12, not a good episode.
Yeah,
10, very good, just a wild ending. 11, very, very solemn and weird episode in general.
yeah,
Still, Ultra Cute is Ultra
ultra
Cute.
cute.
Yes, Ultra Cute is a very cute show. Ultra Cute is still a good show, but it's definitely starting to even out on the ups and downs now.
Yeah, hopefully, like, yeah, like the last set of episodes we watched, I just wasn't thrilled with at all. Episode 10 was kind of cool, I guess, and then these two episodes, so they're episodes. I'm not gonna say much about them, but they just hopefully now we have 16 more episodes left. They get a little bit better at least. I'm not hoping for the best, but I just want them to be good at least to where they're watchable.
I know. I mean, the only other thing that I can say about number 12 is that that was about as bad as the entirety of Power Rangers Lost Galaxy.
And we're gonna get to that here too, Sean. Don't worry.
I know.
All
That's probably going to be our shortest special, by the
It'll be a
way.
half a special.
Because, alright, just to make sure that I put this out all on Front Street, the reason why I went so hard on Power Rangers Turbo is because I wanted to like it. I really, really wanted to like it. I couldn't like it though because there were so many things that they did wrong in my eyes. And there were so many other things that they kind of did right, but then they just kept faltering. They kept switching things around. And then they went to In Space. In Space was
In Space
great.
was incredible.
Lost Galaxy, In Space was phenomenal. Lost Galaxy does none of that correct. So that's probably going to be, like I said, our shortest special. It's just going to be me saying this is trash, this is trash, this is trash.
It's yeah. I I'm rewatching it. I think I'm only like 4 episodes in. I remember loving this show growing up, and then now I'm like, ooh, hold on. I don't I don't remember this now. It looks it's kind of dragging already. I think the only thing I really like about it are just the Zords, the Galactabeasts, especially how they look when they're not robots. But I'm like, man, I'm kind of disappointed in it so far. Maybe it'll get good for me. I don't know. We'll see.
I hope so. It should it should have gotten good for you or for me. I hope it gets good for you, but I can't guarantee it because I know that you and I had differing opinions when it came to Turbo,
Yeah.
but this was this was abysmal.
So far, the worst one you'd say, or is it worse? Is Turbo still worse for you?
No, this is literally bottom tier for me
Sheesh.
so far. Turbo has definitely bumped up a rank.
That's good to hear. I'm glad Turbo went up a bit for you.
Yeah, and I can't wait to finally go through all the different Power Rangers seasons and finally say that Power Rangers Lost Galaxy is the still the worst one.
I don't know. We'll wait till you get to Megaforce, maybe.
We'll see. I mean, you did show me that Forever Red, and I did not like that Red Ranger.
Oh yeah, we'll see. Well, no, that's Wild Force. Forever Ed is, or Megaforce is. It's kind of dumb. It's a,
I don't know the difference between my wilds and my
you'll learn.
megas.
You'll learn. Don't worry. We'll get you there, Sean. We'll quiz you every week.
Oh God,
But
please
every
don't. I'm gonna be starting my Beetleborgs
but
watch
speaking of
soon.
every week, you're already caught up on King Oja, right? You aren't,
No,
Sean.
I didn't watch this past week's. I was so annoyed that I couldn't watch it when it was available because there weren't any subs then, and then I just haven't gotten back to it since.
Watch it now. You know what? I'm gonna wait and I'm gonna watch it with you.
No, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that while we're
It's
on
such a good
this.
show, and
Yes, it
it got a
is.
little bit better, but
It's funny while we were waiting for Shin Kamen Rider to finish its double set of ads because Fathom Events likes to do that. Uh, Christian was going through all the different King Oger, different replicas and toys that he could get, and he's like, I want
so
everything.
I the Venom X. I looked at a review. That thing is small. The little thing that yeah
Wait, really?
the spray can that Jeremy has. It's like a small little figure. It's like maybe 6 inches wide, 6 7 inches, or at least from what I saw.
I don't know. 6 inches can be pretty big for some people.
I mean, yeah, no, you're right. Whatever makes you happy, Sean. But it just looks like it's such a small, like rinky dink toy.
You mean it's just not up to
Yeah,
scale?
and I mean it's not like I expected it to be up to scale, but it just looks so like not what I expected. But I
Okay.
still want to get me a muffin because that thing is cool as hell. The muffin.
Mafoon is cool.
And
You just want to scream
I do.
into
I
it.
just want to get the big one and have it sleep with me, and then I'll talk like it, so it's like talking to me, just like Rita. And then
I don't. I
I'll
don't have a
make a
response
YouTube
for
channel
that.
about it.
A YouTube channel of just you staring into it and then looking longingly into its dead eyes and then screaming into
I'm gonna
its
dress
gut
like Rita.
and then just putting it back down, looking at the camera and then
I'm gonna
stopping.
dress like Rita too. I'm gonna recreate every scene she does with the muffin. and I'm just gonna upload it.
Okay, honestly, I would like to see
I'm
that.
gonna make the outfit today.
I definitely would like to see that, and then I'll dress up as the Repo Man.
That'd be cool. We'll take you to
Oh yeah,
MegaCon or something.
MegaCon. No, no, never mind. Now that we're gonna go to MegaCon, I'm gonna dress up as a panda.
You could fit as a panda. I feel like you'd fit in.
I mean, damn right I'll fit in.
But I think
Panda. May tell a
there you
hashtag.
go. Whatever you said, Gesundheit. But I think that's it.
But I don't. Yeah, this one was a bit of a shorter one, and I think we're all thankful for that.
Yeah, we really didn't have too much to say about these episodes. They're just hopefully they get better. We'll see.
Yeah. So this is Sean signing
Chris.
off, aka
This is
Kensukeri,
Chris from Cadaver Chris online, AOL online.
Instant Messenger, uh, Angel Fire, Zanga, Live Journal, all those.
Sure, yeah, whatever.
Where can they find us?
So we have Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. We have all of them. So find us on all those accounts. And
Yeah, definitely. You can search for us at Toku for Two. We'll definitely be non-exclusive for any kind of followers. Just go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll see what we can do about including you. And if you don't want to, that's your
yeah, if you
prerogative.
have some cool hot takes about Toku, we'll read them out loud and give you our opinions on your hot take.
Hell yeah, I would definitely like to see if other people would send in some hot takes to us, see if they agree with us or, disagree, or
Yeah.
see if they think this is a waste of time. I'm just kidding.
Here's a hot take for you right here. Taylor Swift sucks, but that's
Whoa,
it.
whoa, whoa. I've only listened to one song of hers, and it was all right.
Well, as long as you're happy with it, Sean. I just
Hey, it was all right. Just gotta, she just. I'm shaking it off, and I think she
oh
did
god.
too.
All
You know
right,
what
that's
I'm
it. Good night, everybody.
saying?
Later.
Bye.